how do you identify the stakeholders in a corporate? Because you got a CEO, you got a, a hiring team, you got a peer. So therefore, how do you really reach out to these corporates? Because you need a massive amount of reaching out capability in terms of doing these workshops, right?
Yeah, so that's where I think today reaching out to companies is not a problem, because when you build a brand or when you build a mission brand like disability cause, um, and people are coming for, like actually we don't reach out to companies that proactively to say, okay, we want to work with you.
Hmm.
Somehow people are seeing what's happening with company, because initially when we placed people with disabilities, even now we will only ask company to hire if they feel absolutely that candidate is fit. So
Hmm.
therefore your candidates are your brand ambassadors,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
their work speaks for the quality of, therefore companies come forward. Today, actually, interestingly, we have a problem of more demand. Of course, there's a lot more to be done. I'm not saying that every company is ready to hire, but there is a lot more demand than the readiness of the supply itself. Because today I battle not having enough people who are suitable to get into the corporates.
Hmm.
That's because of not the capability issues, about awareness and access and multiple other things. So capability may be there, but access need to be there, and awareness about this has to be there, so that so then there's more on the supply side than the corporate. So to answer your question, I think it's about really building that mission brand out there, and all your candidates as your brand ambassadors. You don't have a problem of going and convincing companies to hire persons with disability. Where it
Right.
becomes intensive is to work with each company to say, how they go through the life cycle. And you asked a question about how do we reach out to whom do we reach out to people? I mean, in
Hmm.
the corporate, because there are multiple layers. I think that depends on the life cycle where they are today. For example,
Okay.
some start with, and we always say, if you are a new company, and I personally, for example, um, encourage companies to start with volunteering,
Hmm.
because that's a beautiful way of starting. Because when you say go and do a trekking with visually impaired, or watch a movie with visually impaired, or go out and do something with deaf, you are interacting with community in a non-threatening environment. You are not
Hmm.
sitting and thinking, oh my God, I have to hire this person and I have to make that person work. And it's a client interfacing role and I have a time sensitive targets, and you're scared already. But
Hmm.
in a non-threatening environment, you are going for a movie, and your role is maybe to go out with that visually impaired to explain the movie, wherever there is no description, only visuals are there. You are in a chilled environment. I mean, you're talking
Hmm.
nicely, and you will build that comfort, and you will learn more about that person. In the beginning, maybe you will see, oh my God, when I meet Moses, he's visually impaired. How will I talk? But when you start talking to me, when you start interacting with me, you will learn. I like sports. I'm learning golf, and I'm a foodie, and so the dominant story about disability will start going down, and you'll start learning about me as an individual.
Yeah.
So we tell companies to start as a volunteering, and
Beautiful.
then based on their where they are in their life cycle. For example, their immediate hiring need, then we could go for hiring. Some companies say, no, we want to first systematically work on the sensitization. Let's do that. So all of that.
Fantastic.